Hi, my name's Wendy Dennis. If you've ever been to the Wakefield Farmers Market in Wakefield, Mass., at least in the past couple of years, you may have seen me doing cooking demos. We do live cooking demos there, usually. We have electricity, so I have an induction burner and a toaster oven and, whatever. And typically how it works is that I go there in the morning and I go pick out some veggies and stuff and I make something with it. And the whole idea is to encourage people to buy things from our farmers. So with the COVID-19, we cannot do cooking demos and especially not sampling. So I thought I would just do them. I've been doing cooking demos for my own little culinary Q company, so I figured I'd do videos and do it that way. So I went to Farmer Dave's up in Drake today to their farm store, and I got some beautiful cherry tomatoes and some garlic scapes and a basil plant because I don't have one going right now, so I'm going to put some of it in here. And I wish I still had some dried pasta from Dino's Pasta. They make the best pasta. I don't, but I'm using some farfalle, so that will work. So what I need to do is I'm going to prep everything. I'm not going to make you watch me prep everything. I'm going to prep everything. I'm going to chop up garlic steaks, cut these in half. You don't need to watch me do that. So I will be back when everything's prepped and ready to go, at least to start cooking. Okay. Tune in. Stay tuned. Whatever. I'm not a professional. Hi, I'm back. As I noted, I am not a professional. I have one camera. That's it. And here we go. So I already got the pasta water going. It's kosher salt. I don't need kosher salt for it's just these. I forgot to put some salt in. And it's not that much. Only 6 ounces of pasta, so I don't need that much water. So I have the water going, so eventually I'll do the pasta to add in with all of this. Okay, whatever, here we go. This pan is on. New bottle of olive oil, 1 or 2 tablespoons. I always probably put more than other people do, but so what? That's just me. There's my Wakefield. Oh God, it's a bug. Hold on, we won't go in the food. Hey, it's just like being outside of the farmer's market. There's a bug in here. All right. Karma or something. Okay, I'm heating up this olive oil. And I have to say, as much as I enjoy doing the demos at the farmer's market, it is kind of nice to have a burner I understand better than the induction burner. But although that's kind of cool because it has a dial so you can say what temperature you want it. So that actually works pretty well. Okay, I'm going to get this ready. And what I'm going to do, I chopped up maybe 3 or 4, maybe 5 garlic chives, but this is, I know it's a half cup measure, but I measured it actually. This is actually a 1/3 cup chopped garlics, about this size, chopped up garlic scape. I did not use the pointy end because it's I had just a pointy end in here to show you. Not that it matters, but whatever. I only used up to about here because this can get really tough and a little bit bitter. So I didn't know that until I read about that today. But I did try one and it's tough. So you don't want to do the pointy ends unless you like chewing on grass. Okay, is this ready? Yeah, it can kind of smell a little shimmery. So the one thing that's not from the farmer's market is red pepper flakes. So the recipe, I will post a link to the original recipe as well as write this all out and have it on the farmer's market kitchen site. Called for 2 tablespoons of hot pepper flakes with a bunch of garlic scapes and a quart of cherry tomatoes sliced. I'm going to go about a tablespoon and that's it. Because even though I'm doing more than half, I think, of what it calls for, maybe not even. Well, it said, I don't know. What should I do? Well, I guess I should measure it, huh? I don't measure much at home. Let's see, what do we got here? Let's see, what does a teaspoon look like? Yeah. Oops, it's getting too hot. Oh no, don't smoke. I hate that. Uh-oh, here goes my fan. Quick, before I gotta cool it off so I don't burn it on. That's not what I meant to do. But, I did. Maybe I should have the induction burner. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is just let me this off for now. I'm just going to saute these for, 5 to 7 minutes, whatever. Maybe not so much since I started on so high. Whoa. probably only going to do a teaspoon. My goodness. Oops, I didn't cough right into the elbow when you cough. What a pain this COVID stuff is, huh? Okay, again, I'm not going to... I know I stand around and talk while I'm cooking when I'm at the market, but I'm not. So I'm going to turn you off again. Well, hopefully I'm not turning you off. But I'm going to turn off the camera for a moment while this does what it's doing, and then I'll do the next step. Stay tuned. Hi, back again. So these are nicely sauteed. See? So I'm thinking this is enough. Maybe not, maybe too much of the hot peppers and or garlic scapes, but nobody told me in the recipe how much scapes, so I took a guess. Anyway, here we go. So here's the, oh, by the way, these ceramic knives, check this. See, it's like nothing right through the tomato. These are very good knives, especially with things like cherry tomatoes that like to go squirt when you cut them. So I highly recommend. Thank you, Michael Swears, for this Christmas gift. I use it often. Okay, get rid of the knife. Don't need that now. Okay, so next step is to add the tomatoes and saute them for a little bit. And then I'm going to add some basil. That's my own thing for this specific recipe that I was using as guideline. But it calls for anchovy paste. Now, when I'm at the farmer's market, I typically keep everything totally vegan, so everyone can try it. And, you know, one can add whatever they want. But since my husband and I are eating this tonight and I want to try it with anchovy, I'm going to put it in. Just a smidge. It's like a quarter teaspoon or something. I'm not quite sure how to, I'm just going to put a smidge in. And if you want a similar flavor like a vegan, I will put this when I post the actual recipe, but I found a bunch of substitutes. I did that research this afternoon. Let me just put this back in the fridge. Things like miso or nutritional. Actually, have some nutritional yeast along with maybe some miso, or I would say miso and Washington paste, vegan Worcestershire sauce, stuff like that. Or it would probably be fine without it. I guess I should have just done it without it, but oh well. You can try it without it at home. I'm sure it'd be fine. I just figured I'd do that. Tomatoes. I'm going to stick these in just to saute them for a couple of minutes. I can chat with you while that's going on. And then just to simmer them. It doesn't say to cover. I don't know if I'll cover or not. Now, I've seen other recipes using cherry tomatoes for a sauce, and some people say just put them in whole, don't touch them, they'll burst, and then, you know, mush them down, whatever. Some people say to pull some out to keep, and then use a blender or immersion blender or whatever to make it more saucy, but I think I'm just going to cook them down. Turn more temperature up. I put it way down after I had it on too high when we started. I'm going to blast a little bit. And so funny, I saw something. It was on one of some Facebook cooking group I'm a member of, and I don't know if it was a meme or something. It said something about no adult wants to admit it, but they have a favorite burner. That's mine. I have the stove has different levels. It has more regular burners here. This one's at 16,000 BTU. Woo! This one's like maybe a 12, so it's a higher. You can go to a higher temperature than your average gas burner, but it also put it down low, and that's equivalent of using a normal one. So I like the flexibility of it. I do love my gas stove. I know that it's not good for the environment. I might do induction sometime. I am getting used to cooking with induction, or just the electric flat. I know I want an electric oven. This has a gas oven, 2 gas ovens. I'm very lucky. I don't go out much, but I have a good stove. But yeah, I don't know. But right now I have my gas stove, and it's what I got. So that's what I'm doing. So blast this just a little bit. And this says just let it simmer. I don't see much liquid coming out, but we'll see. I'm just trying this out, just like I try things out at the farmer's market when I'm doing the live demos there. I'm going to start mushing these a little bit. They don't want to mush. Watch, one will spread all over me. Bit. Oh, smells good. Smells good. Now, garlic scapes aren't as garlicky as garlic, but they got a nice little bite to them. And when you, I think, it's not going to be as aromatic as garlic bulb, but I think the flavor, I just tried one a little while ago. I was like, oh, that's a nice little flavor. You can also cut up the scape like green bean size and saute them. I saw that. So I think they come down to a nice, they're soft. They don't get all dry like stringy or anything. But, okay, so when should I add basil? I think now, if you wanted to have the time to infuse. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick leaves off my new basil plant. Probably not as, I'd probably use more if I had more of a plant, but, oh, you know what, here, silly me, let's do this. It doesn't go to flour. I think this will do it. I think I'm just going to roughly tear it. And, oh, it smells so good. Love basil. I just got a thyme and a, something else plant, sage. I've fallen behind in keeping up with live herbs around it. Anyway, so here we go. I'm just gonna, and I'm gonna put this on low and just let it simmer. I don't know if I should cover it or not. What do you think? You know what I need to do is do this on Zoom with another person so I can like actually be talking to another person. Diana Booth, I think you should be the one. What do you think? You can get a little more high tech. But anyway, it's so fun to be doing a demo for my farmer's market. I'm not the manager anymore, but it's, and I didn't start it, but I kind of feel like it's my baby. So I'm really happy to still be involved and so excited that Anne-Marie Gallatin is doing an amazing job. She did a great job managing last year, and this year with all the COVID things, oh my goodness, she's like learned a whole new thing. So I hope next year we can go back to our market with our live music and live cooking demos and Balloon Man and kids running around playing with hula hoops and drawing with chalk, and I'm going to start crying now. But you know what? Go to your market, wherever you are. If you're watching this somewhere totally different, support your local farmers, support your local farmers markets, and any local food system stuff. It's a thing to do. Okay, I'm going to, while you're not watching, I'm going to sign off for now, but I'm going to just let this simmer or so for like 20 minutes and see what happens. In the meantime, I'm also going to cook the pasta and drain that, and then in the end, I'm just going to add that in with here, and we'll see how it is. We're going to have it with we're going to have a lilac hedge steak, and this is going to be our side. Well, this is going to be my meal. A little steak will be my side. Husband's a little bit the opposite, but But anyway, this would be a lovely side for any kind of meal. Meat-based, fish-based, vegetarian-based. I'll have to ask Noel of Aeronaut Cellars what wine would go with this best. If I can get an answer before I type things up on a website, I will put that there. Okay, I'll do that. Hi, just back a little sooner than I thought. The recipe says something about salt and pepper, but nothing specific. I don't know if I'm going to use black pepper in this, but I'm going to put some salt in while it's simmering to help bring salt helps bring the liquid out. So to make it a little more saucier. Not a bunch. I think it's maybe about a half a teaspoon. I'm just going to sprinkle it on. That's how I do it. How much was that? And maybe like a third of a teaspoon, probably. Stir it up a little bit. And here's what it looks like about partway through. See, it's getting a little saucy, as they say. And I'm smushing down the tomatoes a little bit. Sure doesn't want to smush, but okay. So scrape around from the edges. Okay. Okay, that's some more time. By the way, this is a really handy tool. OXO. It's a timer, and you can time 3 things at a time. I love it. I love it. I love it. So I have the timer on for the, it's down to 13 more minutes on the tomatoes. Got 4 minutes left to go in the pasta. Give that a little stir. And yeah, it just makes it easier. So I'm going to drain the pasta, throw it back in the pot, because at the end I'll add it in and we'll warm it up that way. It probably won't get that cold, but anyway. Okay, I'm going to make you not have to listen to me for ages and ages, and I will be back when I'm ready to do more. Okay, I'm back. I have since turned this off. This is, I wouldn't say it's that saucy. Let's see. Remember, I've never made this before. But it's, well, let's see what happens when we add the pasta, shall we? Okay, that's already been cooked. Get rid of this. Paprika. Okay, so this was 6 ounces dry of farfalle. Oops, let's see if that, here, I'm going to get rid of this too. Let's see if I have enough sauce to go with it. Well, I don't know. We'll see. I'm looking at this as a side dish to go along with whatever you want to have it with. Or, I am using a whole wheat pasta, so there's lots of protein, and I'm going to add cheese because cheese makes everything good. And if you're vegan, you can use vegan cheese or just whatever. Actually, nutritional yeast, that's a good way to season things if you want that kind of flavor. Or it might be good just as is. I think I'll try a little bit as is before I add cheese. Now, typically, I would add a, a Parmigiano or Pecorino or whatever, one of those typical Grady cheeses. But in the spirit of the farmer's market, I am going to use some West River Creamery cheese that I have in my fridge, Cambridge, which is somewhat like cheddar, because why not? Let me try some. Let's see what it tastes like. Let's see how hot it is. Alright, here we go. Big test here. Let's see. I'm going to make sure I get some pasta, some garlic scape, and some tomato. Okay. Grab a little more tomato. Oop. See if I can do this without getting it on my shirt. What do you think? How hot is it? I'm going to go whoosh. Whoosh it. That's what Steve says his mom always said. Steve's my husband, if you don't know who know me. Always said, whoosh it first. It's spicy. I think, if you're having it along with it, I would put only a half a teaspoon. If I'm going to make this again, probably only a half a teaspoon. I put a teaspoon of those, where are they? I put them away, those red pepper flakes. I personally, for the amounts in this recipe, when I write it up, I'm going to say a half a teaspoon, unless you think, I mean, it's not terrible. It's not like, oh my God, I need, ice cubes in my mouth. But for me, a little strong. But it's got a nice flavor. The tomatoes are lovely. Oh, and I forgot, the cherry tomatoes and the garlic scapes are from Farmer Dave's. I went up to their farm up in Drake today and got them. And they will have plenty of both at the farmer's market in Wakefield this Saturday. So that's why I did a cherry tomato and garlic scape thing. Next week there's going to be like squashes and all kinds of other stuff. They have strawberries, just so you know. I didn't do a strawberry thing, but there will be strawberries. So, which is always the highlight of the first farmer's market of the season around in this part of the country, anyway. But let me try again. Okay, what do I think? I think cheese, well, it's good. I like it. It's got a really deep flavor from the tomatoes. I don't know if it really needed the anchovy paste or not, but it's good. You got the tomatoes cooked down nicely. You know what I think? I think I would use less pasta. Well, maybe not. I don't know. It's up to, maybe I'll just say what I did and recommend my recommendations if you don't like things as hot. And here's what I'm going to do now. I'm just going to add it to just one little section for now because my husband and I are going to eat a little bit later. But here we go. West River Creamery. Woohoo! Best cheese in the world. Whatever type. They make great cheese. You can see me. Let me wash my hands before I touch the cheese. Steve and I are together here, so I don't have to worry about giving him COVID, but, well, actually if I go out shopping or something, but hopefully I won't. But I'm just washing my hands for general principle before I touch food that won't be cooked. I know I should be wearing, if I were doing this for people, like if I had company, I'd be wearing gloves before I do this. But, okay, so I'm just doing a little bit for now because we're going to eat later. But I'm going to put some on a little serving of it and see what it does. Because the recipe did specify adding some grated cheese to it. Okay, so I'm going to put just a little bit. And let's see, shall we? Well, not too much. I don't want to get too full before we're going to. Okay, I'm just going to add just a little bit here. Not too much. I don't want to go too nuts. But sometimes just a little bit of something kind of pulls something together. Although I like it. I like it as is. I think it'd be fine. I think less pasta, more tomatoes. That's what I think would work a little bit better. But let's try. Yeah. Excuse me, talking with my mouth full. Don't look, Mom. That and pinging the elbows off the table. You didn't talk with your mouth full at our house, and you didn't put your elbows on the table. Okay. The cheese or vegan cheese equivalent definitely pulls it together. Yeah, it's good. I like it. I like it. Oh yeah, cheese definitely. But I think I could have cooked the pasta a little more. But whatever. I mean, I think with spaghetti this would work really well. I have a lot of pasta in the house. I need to use it. And farfalle is so pretty. Little butterflies, yeah. But anyway, yeah, this is good. And I like it with, like, if you don't have West River Creamery Cambridge, actually the cheddar is a nice flavor. Or you could use, Parmigiano, whatever, any kind of grated cheese, I never say it right. Anyway, whatever. Although, you know what? Yeah, you know what? I'm going to add a little more salt. I think it needs... I've learned to not be afraid of salt. I think that's going to punch it. I'm not going to make you wait and have me try it. But when you're making it, if it's like, it's good but not quite, add some salt. And, moderate to small increments. Small to moderate increments till you don't overdo it. But sometimes if you get just the right amount of salt, it's like, whoa, punches it. So... maybe it did, but I'm going to wait and find out later because show's over. But anyway, thanks for watching, and if you could please subscribe to this channel, that would be really great. It's not the Farmer's Market channel, it's my personal business channel that I'm starting to do because I do love to cook and I love to advocate for local foods and simple meals and fun cooking and responsible eating, if you can. Not everyone can choose what they're going to eat, some people it's rice and that's it. And, but in this country, thankfully, a lot of people do have choices. Not everybody, but making good choices for what you eat is a good thing. Anyway, thank you for watching. I will do one of these every week during the Wakefield Farmers Market season. And if you come back to this channel, you might see other things that I'm doing that I'll make a separate section that's just Wakefield Farmers Market stuff. But yeah, I love to cook. I love to share how to cook. I like to talk about cooking. I think how you choose to eat is an important decision to make that can have effects on all levels: personal, community, country, world. So hope to see you coming back soon, or hope to see you, I don't know, I can't see you, whatever. Anyway, I'm really looking forward to when I can do a live demo at the Wakefield Farmers Market in Massachusetts. But in the meantime, here we are. And hope to see you at the market on Saturday. Bye.